Right, so my name is Han Lee, and I was on the excavation technique course that was taught by David. And throughout the course, I had many questions, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to ask you now. The first question is, we often think of Roman Britain as, Romans coming into Britain, conquering people from the Mediterranean, people from the continent, and then establishing these elaborate buildings that the British locals couldn't have built. But who exactly lived in this villa? And what kind of people were they?
We can't be absolutely certain, and in the absence of inscriptions, which would probably give us a more precise identification, but the majority of Roman villas, or so-called Roman villas in Britain, are in fact Romano-British. They're actually the homes and farms of indigenous native farmers, and at the Barkham Roman Villa, which we excavated a few years ago, there we had Iron Age type roundhouses, which shows continuity from indigenous native roundhouse to Roman villa. And we know from people like Tacitus that the Britons were encouraged to build Roman type houses.
So could it be compared to, for example, new ideas coming from the New World, from America, for example, people importing goods from that's basically in fashion now, and trying to basically be in the fashion, the forefront of fashion, in terms of what they wear, what kind of buildings they live in, the food that they eat.
For some people, not necessarily all. Some people have looked at the inhabitants of Britain, which was not a unified place.
No.
You have to remember that Iron Age Britain was a series of warlike tribes who were other. Some were pro-Roman, some were anti-Roman. Described the either landscapes of opportunity for lifestyle, or landscapes of resistance. So in the north of England, they're often heavily against Roman institutions and cultural practices, are probably indifferent and don't really care whether there are new overlords or there were the Iron Age overlords. Yeah. What you tend to find is that it's the Iron Age elite methods. Will wear a toga, they might speak Latin, they may have fancy Roman goods, and this is all part of a status, their own status identity.